Oh, hello. Today, we're going to talk about what we've learned about the new Space Marine Scout kill team, coming to kill team soon, from the 40k Codex Previews that might have been starting to hit the internet yesterday. That's right. While some of you have been out and about at your weekend, socialising, enjoying the sunshine, I've been scouring the internet, looking at 40k Codex Previews. And here's what I've found. Look at this beautiful high-resolution picture of the brand new Space Marine Scouts. I'm gonna get the laser pointer. So we see here, there we go, the laser, yeah. We see here there's 2 studio paint jobs. Why is that? Well, we've got the Ultramarines over here on the same old bases and the same old Ultramarine costumes as we see for the whole studio collection of Space Marines. Just what you'd expect for the new launch of some 40k plastics. And over here, we've got some Raven Guard. And the Raven Guard are on some interesting bases. Some bases that they cropped out of their original preview picture for the Nova Open. More about bases later. Let's focus on the Scouts for now. So I've collated on this page every single picture we've seen of the Space Marine Scouts to look at their war gear and their equipment. So we've got most of these we'd seen before from Nova. We've got the Scout Sergeant with bolt pistol and Astarte's chainsword. We've got a couple of fellas with shotguns, okay. We've got a couple of fellas with bolt guns. We've got a missile launcher. Not pictured here, but we know we're getting a heavy bolter. He's been seen as well. We've got a bolt gun. What's this fellow, though? Auspex? Pointing finger? Could he be a kill team specialist? An Auspex? I mean, we've seen that before. Auspex guy. That's like one of the generic specialists that we know we're going to get, right? Like, we've seen him before. We more or less know. Well, we don't more or less know what he does because Games Workshop likes to change whatever the Auspex analog does every time they do a team. But I could totally see Auspex guy being a pick for your team. What about this? Grapnel launcher guy. I'll tell you, we'll look in a minute. He doesn't have rules in 40k. No way to give that unit grapnel launchers in 40k. Nothing whatsoever. No special rule relating to grapnel launchers for Warhammer 40,000. Painted as a Raven Guard, which we know is the kill team version of this release, right? They've just painted 2 sets. They've got the 40k set and they've got the kill team set. And oh look, the guy with the weird weapon is in the kill team paint job for this set. Got a sniper, we've seen him before. We've got the missile launcher, and here's the heavy bolter I was talking about. So, what have we got? We've got 2 heavy gunners, right? Heavy bolter missile launcher. We got some standard loadouts, shotgun, bolter, bolt pistol close combat weapon is also an option, right? Got a chainsword for the leader. We got a sniper, and we got 2 specialists at least, a grapnel guy and an Auspex guy. Don't you think? I think so. Let's try and have a look now. On the right. We've got the only capture I could find of the new Scout Squad datasheet, because do you know what Games Workshop have done? They've tried to keep lightning in a bottle. They've tried to control things. If you go around the internet today, you will find that most of the people with the Codex, they're only talking about the new detachments, not a peek at the data cards, not a whisper about just detachments is what we're talking about. Nothing else. You can't find a high-res picture for the Scouts or the Terminator Captain or the Command Squad or anything else. I think because it's a 2-week pre-order, I think they've been told, first week, talk about the detachments. Second week, you can show the data cards. So this was the only one. I'm not going to say who I got it from, right, because I don't want to get them in trouble with their boss, their liaison person at Games Workshop, because I think there's been some rules breaking going on. Now, you may be saying, Phil, you can't read that, right? And ordinarily, I'd agree with you. This is pretty hard to read. But you know what you can do? We can compare it with the existing Scout Squad datasheet from the nice high-res PDF of the 40k compendium, and we can see what's been changed. So let's read it together. So we've got move 6, toughness 4, save 4, 2 wounds, a 6-up save, and an OC of 1. Unchanged, right? First line here, that's going to be your Astartes shotgun. Next line, bolt pistol. Next line, bolt gun. Next line, heavy bolter. Next line, your 2 weapon profiles for your missile launcher. So far, just the same as over they used to have in the compendium, right? And down here, what could this be? This is going to be scout, sniper, rifle, right? Scout, sniper, rifle, and then something else in brackets here, but scout, sniper, rifle, right? Because they've merged the sniper scouts and the regular scouts, so they've had to add on the ranged weapons. Okay, let's look at the melee weapons. Astartes chainsword, close combat weapon, combat knife. So we've no power fist, no power weapon, thunder hammer. That's all disappeared. Why do we care, Phil? This isn't a 40k channel. Haven't you heard? 40k is dead. That's as maybe, dear reader. But dear viewer. But we're trying to use what's been put out there to 40k to try and work out what's going to be on our sprue for the new scouts that are almost certainly, I mean, if it wasn't certain before, we've got bases. Remember the Kazakin? Remember I was right about all the people that said, oh no, they're just on random different bases for no reason. It doesn't mean anything. They thought I was mad for obsessing over those bases. No. If Valrak's saying it wasn't enough for you, these bases, we're getting scouts. We're getting them. It couldn't be, the only way it could be more nailed on is if they made a video with James Workshop saying, yes, there are scouts coming in the new kill team, right? It's as confirmed as it will be until it's literally confirmed. Like, I'm talking 99.9 reoccurring confirmed, okay? I will stake what minuscule reputation I have in the kill team community on scouts being in the next kill team box at this point. So we're looking at 40k to try and spin wheels in our minds to try and think what plastic components are we getting and what will that mean for kill team. Right, let's read on. Let's read on, brothers and sisters. So up here, this just says infiltrators and Scout 6 inches. This says OT moment, just like over here. Here's the guerrilla tactics rule, just like over here. This says 1 sergeant and 4 to 9 scouts, just like over here. This says every model is equipped with a bolt pistol, bolt gun, and close combat weapon, just like over here, right? So let's look at the war gear options. We've got a new line here, right? The scout sergeant's bolt pistol, bolt gun. The scout sergeant's bolt gun can be replaced with 1 Astartes chainsword. Yes, the scout sergeant's bolt gun can be replaced with 1 Astartes chainsword. Yeah? So because he's lost access to all of this stuff, because scouts used to be able to kit bash your sergeant to have like a thunder hammer. Obviously, we couldn't have anything that cool in Kill Team because, there's no bleeding plastic kit for it, so you can't have it. The scout sergeant's bolt gun can be replaced with 1 Astartes chainsword. Right, fine. And then this is just this clause here. Any number of models may replace their bolt gun with one of the following, and it's the shotgun or the combat knife. Yeah? So you've got enough parts in the kit to give them all bolters, all shotguns, or all bolt pistol and combat knives. And they always have the bolt pistol, but for Kill Team we don't care, because having a bolt pistol when you have a shotgun or a bolter is pointless. So the bolt pistol may as well only exist when you have the bolt pistol combat knife loadout, right? Okay, this line is new, and I believe that it says I believe that it says for every 5 models in the unit, 1 scout bolt gun can be replaced with 1 scout sniper rifle, right? For every 5 models in the unit. Now that's new and that's important, because if you look over here at the regular old scout squad, it's just 1 heavy bolter or 1 missile launcher, even if you take 10. But over here, it's for every 5 models in the unit. Like, what else can that sentence be? For every 5 models in the unit, 1 scout bolt gun may be replaced with 1 scout sniper rifle. That's how I read that, Blur, right? And then this one here is, for every 5 models in the unit, 1 scout bolt gun may be replaced with 1 of the following, and then you've got the 1 heavy bolter or the 1 missile launcher, right? So it's subtle changes. So what does that mean for our team? Putting all that together, what do we believe scouts are likely to be? Well, I think they're going to be a 10 model team. I think we're going to get 2 boxes of 5 scouts effectively in the box, right? I think they're going to be APL2 BS3 4-up save, just like in the compendium, because their rules haven't drastically changed since the compendium was written for 40, their comparative rules in 40k. The only thing I think might change is in the compendium they have 8 wounds, but now like everyone has 8 wounds, so do scouts go up to 9 wounds and 10 for the boss? It's possible. It's possible, right? And then you're going to have the standard loadout thing. So you're going to have, fists and a bolter, or fists and a shotgun, or bolt pistol and the close combat knife. And the close combat knife, if it remains similar to the compendium, will just be like 1 extra attack over and above the fists. So you'll be trading away your range on your bolter for an extra attack in combat. And if that, and so I'll let them, the guys that are actually good at Kill Team, I'm sure, will be able to tell me of those 3 like basic loadouts for like a basic team. What do you want to get? But I think if shotguns end up staying as like 4/4 damage hitting on 2+, let me know in the comments, people who are good at Kill Team. But like, is it shotguns all the way down? Because if there's one thing I'm realising about Kill Team, it's that you need to move forwards and be aggressive, and having a shotgun just seems like a good idea. Especially if it's a Space Marines shotgun and it gets to be 4/4. But maybe the bolter or the combat knife are the way to go. Like, I don't know, but shotguns. Your leader can have a bolt pistol and an Astartes chainsword. Probably has the option to have all the basic loadouts as well, but you're going to give him the Astartes chainswords because Astartes chainswords have 5 attacks. And it looks cool, and it lets you know who your leader is, and not be like, oh, the leader's the shotgun guy, which is with brown hair, and not the shotgun guy with dark brown hair. Like, that's, you're going to do the chainsword on him anyway. Right, now, this is the interesting thing. Snipers. 10 model team. They could well give you 2 snipers. This could be super. Okay. Let's just take snipers and heavy gunners together for a minute. In the box, you're going to have the pieces to make at least 2 heavy gunners, potentially 4, depending on what the overlap is with bits. But let's not go insane here. But they're going to let you make a missile launcher. You're going to have 2 boxes. So logically, you can make 2 missile launchers or 2 heavy bolters, right? Or 2 sniper rifles. Now, what of that do I think they're likely to let you take? Sensible head-on. Like, okay, I think the most restrictive it could be, they might say you can have exactly 1 sniper and exactly 1 heavy gunner, and the heavy gunner has to be either a heavy bolter or a missile launcher. So that would be the most restrictive way they could do it. Right? Then, taking it up a notch, they could do the thing where they go, okay, well, you can have 2 2 heavy gunners, right? And your heavy gunner is like how Kazakin have it, where the sniper's one of the gunner options. So you can have 2 heavy gunners, they must be unique, and here are your 3 options: sniper rifle, heavy bolter, missile launcher. So then you can trade out the sniper rifle for a missile launcher and a heavy bolter if that's what you want to do, okay? Or it could be more permissive again, it could be 2 heavy gunners, that needs to be that unique or not, right? And then separately a sniper, or potentially 2 snipers and 2 heavy gunners. Now, having 2 snipers isn't that insane. Remember that the Compendium Scout team could have 3 snipers, and in the Compendium team, you could give your boss a sniper rifle. So actually, given that they're giving you the parts for 2 snipers, I believe, because I think they're going to give you 2 sets of 5, because there's no way scouts are going to be a 5-man team. Maybe they don't need to be a 10-man team. Maybe they'll be like a 6-man team, or a 7-man team, or an 8-man team. But they're still going to have to give you the 10 models. Right, just like Phobos. They're going to have to give you the 10 models, just like Legionaries. They're going to have to give you the 10 models, even if it isn't a 10-model team. So you're going to have 2 snipers in there. Will they let you use them? I don't know. But it's possible. Is that a good team where you can have 2 snipers and 2 heavy guns? Let me tell you, possibly not. Right, as someone that's been playing a lot of Strike Force Justian recently, having that 6-man team and those 2 guys with heavy that you can't move around, like, it kind of sucks. Now, a scout's going to have suspensors in their equipment list, because that puts a different complexion on things. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. And then as our specialists, we're going to at least have the Auspex guy and the grapnel launcher guy, right? So you have I'm guessing the grapnel launcher guy will end up being like an action monkey with mobility that can run around and tag points and do stuff. And then the Auspex guy with pretty standard Auspex guy. Now, am I expecting other stuff in there, like a medic and a comms and, yeah, probably. There are probably things on that upgrade sprue that we haven't seen. But I'm pretty convinced that the Auspex guy and the grapnel guy are things that we're going to get as specialists, and you can kind of fill in your head what they're likely to do. Right, now look, this is all well and good. We've talked about the Space Marine Scouts for Kill Team, and if you're jazzed for your little Raven Guard Scouty man, you can start going in the comments like, oh yeah, we might get 2 sniper rifles, that'd be amazing, I think you're right on. Or if you're not jazzed for that, you can go, don't be ridiculous, Phil, there's no way that they're going to give you 2 sniper rifles, you're going to get 1 sniper rifle and 1 other heavy weapon, and that's your lot, and the rest will have to be shotguns, and you'll like it. But the majority of you are here to talk about bases, right? Like, bases. It's Kazakin all over again. They've put the Raven Guard Scouts, not the Ultramarine ones, they've put the Raven Guard Scouts on fruity, weird, flat bases with little bits of rubble. So let's just squint at bases for a little bit of a while, right? And the most interesting one to me, is where's me laser? Laser, come on, turn on, laser pointer, yeah, good. Oh, it's like lockdown all over again. Why can't I work the thing? There's the laser. Now, look, this one's really interesting, because a couple of my friends on the Discord there, because we're still thinking it's going to be like Rumble in the Jungle and science fiction Vietnam and this, that and the other, have been saying riverbed. And I can see how from this one, you can kind of take mud, right, and there's a bit of brick, stone, or wood or something, and you look at it and you go, oh yeah, it's it's a riverbed. I don't think it's not a river. Look at this hard line here. Looks like a 70s kitchen, right? You got like an orange tile and a grey tile. Look at this hard line. This says to me that we're fighting on something constructed, right? Look over down here, look down here. See at the back there? At the back there, there's another bit of grey and a hard line, right? So you've got orange and grey floor segments. Do you know what orange and grey floor segments remind me of? Does anybody play Kill Team Arena for the last edition of Kill Team? I mean, I didn't play it, but I bought and paid for it because, I'm a whale. Orange and grey, floor tiley things, we've seen this before. Now, obviously they're not going to do, oh yes, everybody liked the Gallodark so much. Here's a slightly different terrain set, but for corridors, but it's orange. The mat's orange, so, and it's arena, so it's going to be like, I mean, it would be a neat mirror to the Kill Team. Like, first you got Rogue Trader that was like fun and on a ship, and then you got Kill Team Arena that was designed just purely for organised play, and you had these fruity little doors and everything was symmetrical. Like, that's possible. But I've been saying for a while that I think the most logical thing, I've shown this picture on like 3 videos now. Obviously, I don't think they're going to literally give us the Lake Town terrain. That'd be dumb. But some sort of thing where the mat is lava or water or swamp or something. And then there's like corridors and bridges and things over it. And maybe you can wade through the water and it slows you down and gives you a cover save. Maybe not, right? But like walkways atop a less than optimal surface for your dudes, and maybe the walkways are orange because these just have very mechanical. They're standing on something constructed, right? And that would give you a thing where fly would be really powerful. Fits in with those summer of or season of flying rumours we heard from Valrak. I mean, I don't want that to be true, but fly would be pretty powerful. Shooting, pretty powerful. Combat, currently very powerful. In this mode of play, pretty not that good, right? But then imagine this in a mixed format where you had like 1 round of this and 1 round of Into the Dark and 1 round of Open, or 2 rounds of each. Then you've got to use your roster. You've got to be like, oh, I'm on the board type that really privileges shooting. I'll pick these guys, and now I'm on the board. Like, viewed in that context, it could be really cool, couldn't it? Now, just wait. Just because this next slide is going to blow your mind a little bit. Because you know what is orange? And it's mechanical and 40k and is like a constructed platforms over a hazardous environment. Do you know what fits? Do you know somebody's screaming at the screen? Are we getting a repack of the Ash Waste terrain? Like, just hear me out. Does anybody actually play Necromunda? Does anybody you know own this terrain? Seriously, serious question. And yet Games Workshop made all this. They made the molds, they made the dye, they bought the orange paint, they painted it. Like, I know the orange is just paint, and that really orange bases and orange terrain, like, that shouldn't be a connection. But I also know that Games Workshop hates the taste of effort. So, why would they repaint their nice studio copy of the Ash Waste terrain? It's already orange. Why not paint the new guys? Like, obviously, there'd be bits. So I'm not imagining that we get this Necromunda-y stuff with it, but that's a separate sprue, right? I imagine we might get some new bits, like some new narrative stuff to go on it. But, like, are we getting Ash Waste terrain? Is that totally mad? Right, and then like a mat underneath that's like all water and stuff, and then if you go in the water, you're like slow but in cover, but slow, and you might get eaten by a shark or something, and then you have to climb up this rampy thing, and then you're fighting on here, and I think the lids of these come off so you can get your hands in. Is that what's happening? Would you? Am I mad? Have I gone mad? Is it possible? Is it the Ash Waste terrain? Please tell me in the comment. But like, look at the basics. Like, look at the orange and the grey here. Like, there's grey bits down here. Like, it's very orange and grey aesthetic. And then look at these bases. Look at how most of them are like 100% orange with some little bits of grey, and they have some little bits of rock stuff on them. And then look at this. I mean, Isn't it possible? Could you play a game of Kill Team on this? Is there enough space to like deploy? Would they have to give you like 2 or I mean, it's Necromunda, so this set probably costs like £1,000. But then they've made it, and maybe they have it now. They have the molds. They've done the development cost. They've what's the posh word? You know, they've done their upfront cost. They've only got their marginal cost to think about. We all know the marginal cost for Games Workshop terrain or any Games Workshop hard plastic kits is like nothing, right? It's just a case of pressing the print button. Are we getting Ash Waste terrain? I'm just saying, it's possible. It's possible, guys, that we're getting Ash Waste terrain because of the bases. Not this base. This is like a Malifaux or a War Machine base. This is what I had to hand as a prop. But not this base. But the orange. Look at them. Look how orange they are. Look how orange this is. Is it the Ash Waste? Tell me in the comments. Are we getting a repack of the Ash Waste terrain? If we are, would that be cool? I think that would be cool because I don't have that stuff and it would be interesting and cool. If you've got an alternative theory about the terrain, let me go. And the bulk of the video was predictions for the scouts. What do you think the scouts are going to be? What do you think my predictions there? Let me know. Big lively comment. Or come into the Discord and let me know there, right? Or like and subscribe and do all the YouTube stuff. Subscriptions, love them. Love them. My favourite thing when that number goes up, it releases the chemicals in my brain that make me feel valued as a human being. Big shout out to Nightfall, who subscribed as a member. He's a channel member. That means he pays monthly and gets honestly very little in exchange, but there are bits and pieces, some extra videos, the ability to watch the live streams on demand. There are some perks, and he gets an amazing pink name in the Discord. If you're interested in supporting this, find the membership button and push it. Good. That's been orange bases. Right, that's been 27 minutes or so of me repeating the word orange bases. Orange bases. You heard it here. Nobody else has noticed. Nobody else cares. It's all about the bases. Orange base. You watch. Bye-bye.